All right.
Hey, we're live.
Yep, we're live.
We are live.
Coming live to you from the Double W Studios. I am Big Will,
I am J Dubs,
and we are
the Bears Bro Podcast.
All right.
What a week. Huh? What a week.
Through, not only for the Bears, but for the entire league.
I was referring to that, we had every season almost every single day. But we're talking free agency. Shit, my bad. Sorry, I didn't know.
It's what we do. I mean, it's been a tough week. Had my truck falling apart.
Yeah.
My blood pressure's getting better, though. I had a doctor's appointment today, and they're saying that, it must be because it's off season. But again, we're talking about free agency.
Not a game.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
Free agency. What a whirlwind week for the NFL. I can't believe some of the moves. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't land. We did, but not the splash that I was hoping.
Fair enough.
Which leads into what you brought to drink.
Get it, splash. Get it. I've got my Monsters of the Midway juice, as always.
Always.
And so
that's his next tattoo.
So yeah, just have no idea where we're putting that maybe on my butt. But it's been an interesting week so far in the world of football from both the Bears and the entire NFL, which in a way affected us because, again, we did not get Maxx Crosby, but he got done dirty.
He got bent over and went in dry. Why? Because they already had who am I thinking of?
Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson on the line.
Yeah.
On the line, as they knew they were not going to sign Max, or that they had to nix the deal with Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, they wasted his
time.
That's
shady.
Not only do I feel like they wasted his time, but they also, I think they did it purposely because they knew nobody in the NFL, once they knew they got him, made all their moves. Bears no longer have cap space, which we're going to get into that subject as well. Dallas made the Rashawn Gary trade because they didn't think Max was on the table. Let's go elsewhere. And then, it benefited the Raiders because not only did they have enough cap space to keep him, but, I have no way to describe how I would feel if I was him. He's going to scorch earth. He's going to, there's a lot of quarterbacks that are going to get hurt.
Yeah, but, Trey Hendrickson, one of the reasons he went to or was interested in Baltimore was because he said himself, I was going to play on the opposite end of Maxx Crosby.
So not only did they mislead Max, but they misled Trey by making him think he was going to be on the other side. Because now he's no different than being in Cincinnati. He's got a flashy quarterback who gets as far as he can but doesn't get the job done. I know Burrow got them to the Super Bowl, but still, how's that worked out for you?
But now Burrow and Lamar are just walking. Do you not like that? Do you have something against
because it's glaring on my glasses.
So take your glasses off.
I can't because then I can't see shit.
Oh, that'd be fun to do a show like that. But so Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, excellent careers to start. Now they get hurt every year. And how do I know that? Because I had both quarterbacks in two different leagues last year, and whatever. I don't want to go there. I'm still bitter. I'm salty. Fuck them. But yeah.
My take mostly on that situation before we get into Bear stuff, because I've made it no qualms that I'm a Maxx Crosby fan, whether he's on the Bears or not. It wasn't just him. Like, if they flew him out there and they pulled this crap, okay, so on and so forth. But the fact that his wife was there, the fact that they flew him out there and the GM did not meet with him for 5 hours. And Max really has no reason to lie about the what happened while he was out there because, people are going to look into it. And if he flat out lies like that on a platform of a podcast, that everybody's going to be watching to get his reaction, and they turn around and say that's not true.
Yeah.
Of the fact that they flew him out there, the GM not meeting with him means they had alternative motives from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So don't waste everybody's time.
Here's a plot twist, a conundrum, if you will. What if the Raiders knew Maxx Crosby could not pass the physical, but they thought that they could pass or do a fast one on Baltimore?
Well,
think about it. He didn't play the last 2 games. It was very well known that he had a bad knee.
He got off crutches a week before he went out there. And I got to cut you off on that one. The reason why I say that is because of the fact that he didn't even fully get his stuff done. And with the fact that the GM wasn't there to meet him when he arrived, didn't meet him for 5 hours, means they already had a plan to go elsewhere before he even got there.
Yep. No, and I'm just thinking maybe Oakland, Las Vegas, wherever the fuck they play.
Oakland, LA, Los Angeles, who cares?
Maybe they were just like, hey, I wonder if we can get a fast one, but whatever. So it is what it is. And so we didn't get one of the big 2 that we wanted, in the millions and millions of other Bears fans. You see what I did there? That was pretty cool. Witty, not really, but so we did not get the big 2, but I'm happy with Kobe Bryant.
Yes, very much so. Like I said, there's a Kobe in Chicago now. It only took decades, and I like his. He didn't have to. He came from a championship team, and he came to Chicago.
Yep.
It wasn't from a trade. He chose to come to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did we pick up?
Devin Bush.
And from seeing highlights, the speed that kid has is going to completely trump anything from losing Edmonds. Because Edmonds, when he was healthy, great player.
Yep, he was.
And I know you were a fan.
I had him in fantasy leagues. I was a big fan of his when he came from Buffalo. And I have said this before, Devin Bush was supposed to be the next big thing when he came out of college and he got drafted by the Steelers. But I think injury, just slowed him down. But
and then he played for Cleveland. And if your name's not Max Garrett, your defense doesn't matter.
Excuse me, sir. Miles.
Yeah, whatever. I still got Maxx Crosby on the brain, so.
But I'm just saying, but I don't think Poles would have offered Devin Bush what he did if he did not believe that he could be what he's supposed to be.
He's getting the guys. It was just like last year. Did anybody really, other than guys that study every player like the Mel Kipers, the Daniel Jeremiahs, really know the prospect of players throughout the league? Drew Dahlman, never heard of him until his name came up that we were going after him. Obviously, we heard of Joe Thuney because of his championship resume. I had no idea who Jonah Jackson was, and Chicago traded for him. Why?
Mm-hmm.
He played for Ben Johnson in Detroit, but then he went to LA and got hurt. So why?
Mm-hmm.
And you picked up Duvernay and you picked up the little pieces, and it worked.
It worked. Yeah. It
worked.
Absolutely.
Ben Johnson is a smart enough coach that he went and got players, not names.
Exactly. That's a very great way to look at it. And like I said, I just, when I saw the signing of Devin Bush, I'm like, fuck, I think this guy's been hurt so many times. He was just supposed to be, I'm just going to go ahead and say he was supposed to be the next Greg Lloyd. He was supposed to be the next Ray Lewis. And I just think injury, and I remember I was telling a friend of mine, who's a Steelers fan, I'm like, you guys just got one of the best players you could ever get. He didn't have the year or the career so far, but he's only 27.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And
I don't think Poles would have said, I don't think he would have signed him if he wasn't sure.
I think the one concern that I have is because Dennis Allen, it's a great defensive coach, but Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. I got a friend that's a Saints fan, and he says that he's a good coach, but sometimes he questions of whether or not is he like a Jack Del Rio where it's a hit or miss year after year.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just like bringing in Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett on paper was a great signing, but what has it done for us? So
Nothing.
That leads into the other thing that I want to talk about is what I'm hearing about our cap space. Because, yes, and Adam Schefter said on one of the many shows on ESPN about being a party pooper that we weren't going to even be able to get Maxx Crosby because we didn't have the cap space. And I looked it up how do you determine the cap space? And that everybody had the same. So how, when we really don't have high-priced names, are we so close to the cap? Because as far as I know, we're less than $1 million in cap space.
I don't understand it.
And so I looked it up because, you call me the stats guy if I do understand that correctly. And it says that because of major trades of how we can make that back, but we have a heavy veteran investment. Teams have significant cap hits from established starters, including Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson, 25 and $24.5 million respectively. And then obviously the players that we brought in, Kobe at $40 million over 3, and Devin Bush 30 over 3. But then there's performance bonuses, which I don't understand how that counts against cap. Please forgive me. I apologize.
We don't make the rules.
Bonuses to Kyler Gordon, Braxton Jones, and Jaquan Brisker, who's not even on the team anymore. So does that still count? Anybody watching this, please come at us and let me know what's up. Let me turn down the volume.
But, everybody everywhere restructures their contract. I don't understand how it happens. Whatever. So they may take less money this year, but get more. I don't know how it goes. So that's just how it goes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're just looking at the comments.
Yeah, we're still learning because for some reason it doesn't show us the comments. So if we don't comment right away, I apologize. We'll get it figured out eventually. To back it up for a second, one of the people that commented on one of our videos questioned that, we have an issue with the way trades are done, but we did not give a suggestion. Do you have a suggestion on this whole trade process during the offseason? Because I do. I just want to see what you got in mind.
I don't know. There's rules in place. Like, you can't talk to somebody too early. You can't do this. I don't know. I mean, I really don't have a opinion on it, I guess.
So my answer to that is if it's a tampering period where you can talk to players with deals, the moment a trade happens, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise a team can pull this crap of we're going to trade for you, then waste your time of having you. I mean, they made the trade on Friday. They didn't even bring him into the building until Tuesday, 2 days into the tampering period, and then said the night before free agency is official. On second thought, we're not going to do the trade after $281 million in the Raiders' own deals were made. All of the other teams made their trades. So it's like nobody else can take him. We got Trey on the back burner.
Yep. I think that's why they did it, honestly. So so do you think right now would be a good time for you to talk about a topic that you want to talk about, or
are you talking about the
race? In sports. I mean, it's up to you. I know that you've been wanting to talk about it.
I do, but I don't because for years, I am a biracial individual. I'm a person of color, whether I'm full or not, because that's been a subject of an issue for me in the past of people think I should have the mindset of color first because I am a person of color. The NFL is still crapping on the Rooney Rule. Yes, it affected us, so that's why it's been brought to our attention. Again, the rule states that if a player or a member of a coaching staff or things happen in positions of power, whether it be head coach, GM, if it's a raise, guy is a defensive coordinator, becomes a head coach. Guy is in the front office, becomes a general manager. The team that they came from gets compensatory picks. But apparently that doesn't count for the Chicago Bears because Matt Ryan is the figurehead president of football operations, but he's not the general manager. He's got on record saying it. Ian Cunningham's got on record saying it, that Cunningham is making the decisions. It was a lateral. It was not, or correction, lateral. It was a promotion.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to criticize the National Football League, other sports, of they're not giving people of color opportunities. But then when one gets one, you're saying, no, I'm sorry. He's not the one making the decisions on paper, face value. Seriously?
I agree.
I have never understood the Rooney Rule of if somebody is going to hire him, flat out, he is the number one person they're going to hire. I don't want to be my time wasted of being interviewed and then have other teams say, well, why didn't they pick him when they're automatically going to hire him? When John Gruden got hired by the Raiders, they fired Jack Del Rio because they wanted to hire John Gruden. They hired him, and they had to say, well, did the Raiders follow the Rooney Rule? Please explain. I don't get it. And so stop making it a race issue yes, people of color deserve their opportunities. They don't get as many opportunities in the NFL. And the other part that frustrates me, a person of color or a minority got hired. Robert Saleh is a minority, which is the reason why the rule was created. My wife brought up a point. You never hear them talk about interviewing women. You brought it up, the NBA. Becky Hammon.
Mm-hmm.
Does she get opportunities when she's proven she's one hell of a coach? Crickets.
But just with the Becky Hammon, she was one who said, if you didn't plan on hiring me, why did you bring me in for an interview? And I am in complete agreement with you. If the team wants, let's just say a white person, why are you going to waste your time and the person's time by bringing in a minority when you have no plans of hiring him or her? It's stupid.
Exactly. And I shouldn't, somebody wants to hire him. They shouldn't have to justify of, well, why was he hired when there was other people that deserved an opportunity? They talk about Brian Flores from the Vikings, the Vikings defensive coordinator. Are you telling me if you're an owner of a team, you're going to say a guy that is suing me and 31 other people for how it happened in Miami, and then I'm going to hire you? Make it make sense.
Valid point.
So when there's it's a very frustrating thing of.
But I know you've been wanting to talk about it.
I did, but I didn't, like I said, because there are people that are going to guarantee we're going to get comments that, I betrayed my race. Yeah, remember, I represent two races. I'm in the middle. I'm Aquaman. I represent for the land and I represent for the sea. But doesn't mean I have to take one side over the other. It's just, why can't it be whoever is the best coach gets the job? Whoever I vibe with to run my organization gets the opportunity. Yes, they deserve interviews if there isn't a clear-cut front runner in the race. But like, would this even be a debate if Mike Tomlin got hired first? Never hear about it in the reverse. You never hear the Hispanic community say, "Well, why wasn't Ron Rivera hired or given an opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you not hear of an Asian candidate? Well, why wasn't he looked after? Women. There are a couple of members of the Chicago Bears organization, or at least they used to be. One of them, I believe, is Jennifer King. She's been a coach with the Commanders, and she came with along with us. Well, why isn't she getting a conversation of should she be given a head coaching look?
We all know the answer. I'll just say it while you catch your breath. It's because she's a woman, and the NFL would not want. Nobody wants to give a. And this is not. I'm just saying what it really is. No NFL team, no NBA team, no Major League Baseball. Well, there is one woman that I think is the Seattle Mariners. That could be wrong. Wants to give a woman that distinct.
Yeah, I think the only sport that would get is basketball, because I mean there are some that like Dawn Staley.
Oh my God!
The fact that they
She's
said
awesome.
that she would possibly could have been considered for the Knicks job, which I mean I can't see why she didn't get an interview. She's one of the most successful basketball coaches of all time, men and women.
3 championships, outstanding.
And the number of players that she's been responsible for. If I'm correct, she coached Adrian Wilson. And yeah.
I'm just my take, and I know that you're getting heated, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I had good blood pressure today.
Take a breath. My opinion on this is, if you're the owner and you want a certain person, that's your prerogative. Yeah. I don't think you should be wasting your time and another person's time. It's kind of like going in for any type of a job interview. We're only doing this because we have to, but we really don't want you.
I mean, you mean Marshawn Lynch? I'm only interviewing you so I don't get fined.
I'm just saying, if you want this person, go for that person. And that's it. That just stop with the politics, I guess I want to say.
Absolutely. My wife said there have been female owners, Virginia McCaskey, for example. Yep. It was beautiful. I apologize to my wife, by the way. I never mentioned the last episode. She surprised me for my 50th birthday trip to the Hall of Fame. Learned so much, not only the Bears, their history, but there is a picture of all the owners and Virginia McCaskey right in the middle. I got a little emotional car, right? With her being gone.
In the car.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like you could see the and she was respected. They had the show almost like a documentary of the 4 women, her, the Hunt, the Hunt
Lamar Hunt,
from the Lions, and I forget who I think it was Pagula from the Bills, of 4 important women in the history of football. They should get a look.
Yeah, well, you know what? I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this. Equal opportunity, like I'm just saying. Let's just, and before we just go off the subject, Becky Hammon. She was a great college player. She studied under Greg Popovich. Even Greg Popovich said she could be a coach anywhere, and they brought her in for an interview, and they're like, "Well, we're not going to go for you," and it's just stupid. I don't know, just whatever.
It's another example of my opinion. I've discussed this on my Pins and Wins podcast. To me, Greg Popovich, greatest coach in the history of the NBA, because not only his impact on the court, but his impact off the court of he gave people opportunities that might not have gotten opportunities before, including former players.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. I believe not Sam Cassell, Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, should be a head coach by now. Under his tree, But yes, you get my blood. Football moms are tough sideline
I'll
coaches.
tell you what, we'll save this whole entire thing for
because I don't want to get us canceled because people are going to talk shit, and if you are going to talk shit of us saying that, I am in no way saying the Rooney Rule should not exist. It's just the loopholes in it make no sense.
Yep.
Of it, you only complain about it when you think there's somebody that deserves a job. He would have the job if he was better than the person that was hired. There are incidences where people get hired that it's a head scratcher, like Jeff Saturday getting the Colts job.
Oh my God. I remember getting the update and I'm like, I think I texted you. I said, Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, a guy just brought out of the studio, but whatever. We'll make this for another show. I need you to calm down. I can actually feel you radiating. So
every single draft, the first person a player thanks and loves on his mom. Absolutely. I mean, so women are a very key point in all of sports because, my wife has gone to our daughter's sporting events numerous times. I've seen some of the best coaches, but okay.
Okay, bring it back. Okay.
Goose Frama.
Next subject.
All right. Do you want to discuss more on the free agents we brought in or the free agents that we have lost?
Oh, I would love.
I got my heated moment out. The floor is yours on the free agents that have left the Chicago Bears.
Oh. This is where we might get canceled. Why are you hiding?
Because I know something's coming.
No.
You took notes.
Listen.
And you never prepare ahead of time, and you wrote shit down.
Okay. So, this is me as a fan. This is just strictly me. He has this is my quick segment called Fuck Off. Now, I got to give a shout out.
Beep! Quarter. I'm going to tally how many quarters we're about to.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that because I'll say it in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish either. All right.
I do.
I got 6 shout outs I want to give. I want to give too. It's really important. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker.
I miss him.
CJ Gardner Minshew Johnson. That's my wife's favorite player.
We don't get to hear her say that this year.
I know. Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens. You see how I timed that? That's what I get paid for. Okay,
continue.
Okay. Great special teams. He made some tackles.
And gave us a few headlines of her being in the building.
Yeah. Dominique Robinson.
Who?
Exactly. And one of my personal favorites, Nashawn Wright. He was just, oh my God, what an inspiration, right?
Yeah.
So they probably will never care about this, but they made my list of fuck off. And I'm going to tell you why.
What? You can't put Brisker on there because there was questions of whether.
Oh, okay, but I am going to.
But yes, go ahead.
I'm not going to talk about DJ Moore because that was a trade. So, but anyways, and I can also say Tremaine Edmonds because he
got cut.
So fuck him. So, anyways, you got your bleeper ready? Okay, no, I'm no more swearing. No more swearing. This is a family show. Beep. You all could have stayed, and last year was a Cinderella season.
Yes.
Right. You guys all were loving the locker room speeches. You were all hyping each other up. You were all there. I'll never forget Nashawn Wright's interception on Monday night. He prayed to his mentor, or he thanked
the coach.
Yeah, who tragically passed away. All of you players helped make Cinderella season. We were all. It was
an amazing season. Hopefully, we can continue elevating our team, but continue.
But it gets better. Our Cinderella season, we went from worst to first, right? I am sure that the first 2 games, everybody was like, what the fuck? But then we went on
Who is this Ben Johnson everybody was talking about?
And then we went on a 5-game and a 4-game. And, we made it to the second round of the playoffs. We lost to a Hall of Fame quarterback that we kept in check. We lost to a Hall of Fame wide receiver. And we lost to an all-world wide receiver, Puka.
And the game we almost tied.
The Rams had a really good defense, but we hung in there. We were, whatever. We did it. We held our own, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to steal John Cena's, one of my favorite John Cena's mic drop, okay? All of these guys, Byard, Brisker, Johnson, Owens, Simone Biles' husband, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Robinson and Wright.
Right.
You all wanted to be the guy. I'm just going to look at you as a guy. You guys aren't going to do shit this year because you guys could have made one more year or multiple years from something that you helped create, but you bolted for more money. You wanted to be the guy. You're just a guy. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Fuck off.
I'm going to take back one of the statements that I said.
I
just thought about it while you were saying that about Jaquan Brisker. I was a big fan of Jaquan Brisker his rookie year, and he got hurt in that game against the Colts. Hit the player, got knocked out. We waited for him to get healthy. We didn't replace him. We didn't go draft his replacement. And he comes back and plays great for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then you leave. So what you really can't even say that because it's a 1-year contract.
Just saying.
Because, for an example, and I'm glad he's back, your boy Jack Sanborn.
Jacko.
I can understand Sanborn leaving and going to Dallas because he followed his defensive coordinator. If that's an incident, if we had lost Al Harris and you guys went to wherever he was, kind of like Malik Willis going to Miami. He's familiar with players in that player or the coach and the general manager because of his time in Green Bay. Or if CJ going to Buffalo because they got DJ and CJ. I can partially understand that one.
No.
But Brisker, what could Pittsburgh have offered you unless you're from that area? You just didn't want to, travel anymore. What could they have offered you that you couldn't have gotten that 1-year deal with us?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but CJ Gardner-Johnson, Minshew, whatever, my wife's favorite player, Chicago was his third stop of last year.
Yes.
And he made an immediate impact. He
completely
actually
transformed our team.
And you leave. You're just going to become stop. I'll be quiet. I have a problem with this type of shit in sports. Who was the player who left the Yankees and went to the Mets? I mean,
Juan Soto. Juan Soto.
And I'm going to tell you
why. It's because
money.
Because he got $5 million more from the Mets than the Yankees offered him. That was because of the security was mean to my family, which I can understand. If you had a bad taste in your mouth, like Ken Griffey saying he would never play for the Yankees because how the Yankees treated him when his dad played for them, of not letting him in the dugout, but letting Greg Nettles' kids on the field.
I understand that.
But that is something that happened to him.
But I can also say Johnny Damon. He called New York Yankees evil empire. I will never play for the New York Yankees. And where did he play? I'm just saying.
Money changes people's opinion, which you have every right to.
It is their right. I'm just saying, but they were bragging about how the culture has changed, how they were so proud to be a Chicago Bear, and then you just leave instead of staying and seeing really what could have been.
The one that really I'm on the fence also about is what you were talking about with Byard. Because they just mentioned he did an interview yesterday saying that he sees within the next 2 to 5 years Caleb Williams being one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
And you don't want to play for that?
No offense to Drake May. I mean, they got exposed in the Super Bowl for a reason.
Yep. But I'm just saying, This to me, this just happens all the damn time, and it just what okay. I know one of your favorite players, and trust me, I'm not a professional athlete. I one time I thought
You're
I
not
could.
a professional athlete?
At one time I thought I could be, but then guess what?
You woke up?
Yeah, there you go. LeBron James. He travels all over the ball. He just goes all the way. He gets people, and he's only got 4 championships. I'm just saying, I have a problem with players just go for money and not loyalty. Of course, I grew up in the 80s. I watched, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. Yes, I know Michael Jordan played for the Washington Wizards, but that was after the 9/11, and he donated his whole entire salary. Whatever, I don't care. I'm just saying the Chicago Bears were shit until this year, and we had the right pieces. Everybody was happy. Everybody was getting praise. They became a household name, and then you just bolt. Like, fuck.
And so the only silver lining on it is our offense showed up. Our defense was suspect.
Yep.
Our secondary became suspect, and it looks like we had to replace our whole secondary because the only 2 that are left are JJ and Kyler. You can say Tyreek, but we don't know which version of Tyreek we're going to get.
You're right on
But the fact that we replaced Byard with Kobe Bryant, we can get a possible stud defender at number 25 because there's a bunch of names. The kid from Oregon, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, Thailand, which if we draft him, we're going to take the whole season to learn his name. The Warren.
It's probably one of the 500 prospects he sent me in text. I'm just like, I'll wait till April.
But the one thing that I will also say to you, somebody posted it on Facebook and made a good point. Speaking of us not getting Maxx Crosby or making the Kayvon Thibodeau trade, Austin Booker had 6 sacks in 10 games coming back from an injury.
Yep.
Give him a full offseason. Give him – maybe that's why they didn't have to pull the trigger of you reaching on
Morgan
Max.
in the future. And that's what we have talked about in text before or the last week is like maybe they didn't pull the trade because they see something and we don't have to give up our future. So
and not only with the sacks, but he was disrupting plays, which is why we want Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby, one of the best disruptors. And you don't have to get all of the sacks of Myles Garrett to disrupt the game.
But if you push a lineman into the quarterback, it's going to frustrate him.
Or clog up the hole for other players to get there.
Absolutely.
And so there's possibilities from it, and there's the draft.
And plus, like before we came on the air, I did tell you, I read an article. Bears are – I love how it says Bears are basically the lead team to sign so-and-so. They're talking about Cam Jordan. Now, Cam Jordan is an excellent player. I mean, he's not as good as me. He's about as slow as me.
That's good. I was like, where the fuck is he going with this?
I don't fucking know. I just make shit up as I go along.
I mean, on paper, he makes sense.
But for 55, yes, he's a Hall of Fame.
But can we afford it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is it worth giving that contract to an aging player who might just say one and done, and then you're like, fuck.
You're right back where you're after.
Yep.
That earlier topic got the blood running.
But you have every right to feel like that. I mean, nobody has the right to tell you how you should feel, and you should be able to speak your opinion. That we're not biased on this show. I mean, just because you and I think alike, does not mean the millions of other people that watch the show. But
like I said, I had a rationality about it. I really wanted Maxx Crosby. I got the jersey. I was all ready to say to my jersey guy if they make the trade. But I learned from Khalil Mack that our future was affected by making that trade.
Yep.
When we got Jay Cutler, our future was affected by getting that trade because we gave away number ones. Now, if you want 2 seconds, or which he's way too good of a player, or he was, because the Ravens now shitting on that.
But we almost had a chance to potentially get Khalil Mack, but he just wanted to stay in Los Angeles where
you can't fault it.
and then
And he also got the paycheck.
But you know what? Khalil Mack is But Poles will work. Look what we say it all the time. Look at what Poles did with the offense last year, and look
with a proper coach, because there were a couple of comments. Oh, I have no faith in Poles whatsoever. But Caleb Williams is our guy. Who brought in Caleb Williams? Ryan Poles. Roma Dunze, when he's got a healthy foot, amazing receiver. Who brought him in?
I just got to make another little comedy. So, as you know, we do fantasy, and Will in our one-league drafts about 1,400 Chicago Bears every year. He put Roma Dunze in because he was supposed to play. We're sitting here watching the game. Next thing we know, I was just thinking about this. Remember, we see Roma on the sidelines. And Will's like, what the fuck?
And they didn't announce it in enough time. I'm like, that's why they should give you like an hour from kickoff, like a leeway once he's hit the report. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I think I lost by like a point.
But do you know who he was facing that week? And I'm sitting over there laughing like, holy, this is great. It was just funny, but I had to bring that up.
But yeah, and so Caleb looks to be a home run. Rome, when his foot is okay.
Luther Burden.
Great. Luther Burden, I still say it's going to be our wide receiver one by the end of the season. He's the reason why you can make a DJ Moore trade and get rid of a reliable player.
Wait.
Ozzie Trapillo, before he got hurt, was a fantastic draft pick. I believe he also drafted Austin Booker. And the belle of the ball, Colston Loveland. He is going to be the next big tight end.
Absolutely. And I forgot, we brought in another free agent from Detroit. I can't think of his name. The wide receiver there, Raymond.
Oh, yeah. Khalif Raymond.
Khalif.
Did you hear the funny story about when he showed up?
Oh, no.
No, so when he showed up, he was wearing a Chicago White Sox hat. And he walked into the building and said hello to Al Harris. And because he had history with Al Harris. And the first thing Harris said, Antoine Randall L. Sorry. Nice. And Randall L., the first thing he said to him is, take that hat off. And they went and got him a Decatur Staley's hat. And in the press conference, he's like, I'm not cool enough to have thought about that myself.
But Khalif will take over punt returns. He's
the reason why losing Duvernay is okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like Duvernay too. So yeah, I was just thinking we forgot about Khalif Ramada in.
Taking us out for this episode, can I bring up the classiest thing I've heard about in a good way for the Chicago Bears, even though it's a player we no longer have?
Absolutely.
So, some of you may or may not know that when DJ Moore got traded to the Buffalo Bills, which I am happy for him, I'm happy for the Bills, all Bills fans, Little Will, the BWO podcast, nice. But apparently Ryan Poles' son was very disappointed that they traded DJ Moore. And so DJ Moore sent a video message to Ryan Poles' son saying, do not be mad at your dad. This is a business. He didn't have to do that.
Class.
And he's shown nothing but class out the door. He could have been like numerous times of, talk shit about the organization he left. The moment he's with a new one, you hear about, going to my pro wrestling stuff. When somebody leaves WWE and goes to AEW, oh, this happened to me in WWE. This happened to be there. And so I'm so happy to be here because I've got, a quarterback. I've got a head coach. He didn't do that. Could have, didn't. Took the classy way out.
Yep.
And so,
dude, you're just like radiating heat. We're gonna have to take another shot.
I'll almost ruin the shirt again. If you were interested in a Bears Bro podcast T-shirt, holler at us. But also hit those likes, subscribes, tell friends.
We're running low because somebody keeps losing shirts.
Yeah, sorry. I lost the shirt that I was originally given.
How the fuck do you lose a shirt?
Oh, we got a rep for our spot for.
Oh, yes.
Yes. As you will, because you know more about it.
No, have at it. I already do enough of it.
You know more about it, please.
Oh my God.
The floor is yours again.
Listen, there's going to be a link in this video if somebody uploads it.
If you give me the link, it'll be in the comments.
My God.
Gosh, don't be that guy.
There's a great small business out in Chicago. It's called frig, I forget.
Well, and you're talking shit about me.
No, it's funny because I know right now my wife
Chicago
is out there
Fire.
just laughing at me.
Wasn't it like Chicago Fire?
No, that's a TV show. Chicago Fire.
It's a great show.
No, it's big fork brands. I know that I promoted it on another website or podcast.
Why can't you mention your podcast? I mentioned mine. We're a collaborative effort.
Just saying.
JK's Pins and Wins.
Because if I go that route, then I have to remember exactly what I'm trying to say now. So I can't get sidetracked. Okay. So big fork brands, it's really good. They have little weenies. We measured, and they have.
That's why he's doing this, because he knows about little weenies.
Whatever gets likes, I will dance naked on this show if need to. No, they have great sauces. It's like a relish. It goes great on your burgers, on your broths. Put it on. It's absolutely amazing. We bought a whole mess of it. I know you tried it. You liked it. There will be a link in this video. Use our promo code. You'll get 20%, and we will make a little
20.
We will make a little something. So we'll put it towards more merchandise and stuff like that. So
I got some shirt ideas cooked up.
Really? You're not getting another shirt until you find your other one.
Hey.
Lose a shirt. How the hell? But anyways, so just check it out. Big Fork Brands, great company. Their selection is awesome. You will not be disappointed in them.
Okay. All right. And so until next week, hopefully we got more stuff to talk about that doesn't raise the blood pressure and so on and so forth as we prepare for the draft, because the draft is like a little over a month away of which player I'm going to keep sending you links for, which direction.
That's okay. I'll be up because I told you I'll be up because I have a colonoscopy the next day. So it's draft and taking one for the team. I talked about one today. I hit the 50 and I'm like, I finally listened to the wifey. She's like, I told you too. What?
Well, she told me first. Oh. Obviously, if I listen to you instead of my wife, that looks even worse. Gosh.
Valid point.
You're trying to get me couch time.
No. Hey, I've seen you hang up on your wife. So
I did not.
The fuck you did it. Go check out season 1, episode 6.
It might have been 7.
It might have been
6, 7. Yeah. Hey, my goal is to make that go away by making it no longer cool. So,
well, that just fucking shattered millions of kids right there.
You'll be in the shitter. Your wife said.
Oh, shit.
So, but until next week, I am Big Will.
I am J Dubs.
And we are the Bears Bro Podcast.
Listen, before you go, if you want me to try to make him do a spit outtake, I need 100 people to like this video, and I will come up with something funny that he spits his drink all over.
He's still trying to get me to do the spitter Rooney.
I know, because you always swallow. No, that's a spinner Rooney, not spitter Rooney.
Dude, you're going to get canceled.
No, we're not. God, just put explicit content. Yes. If we get before we go, if we get 100 likes on this video, he's going to go out in the backyard and he's going to do the famous Booker T spinner Rooney.
It was Booker T Appreciation Night this past Tuesday in NXT. So yes, I will do the spinner Rooney.
And I will go Facebook Live because the paramedics will be there. And so won't his wife because she's going to give last rites. Fuck it, I'm calling it 4:30.
She used to be a coroner. So
somebody's getting involved.
Right. So again, and we're at the buzzer. So stuffed. Big Will, this is the Bears Podcast. Peace.
You got to stop telling me certain things, dude. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was funny.